the power to unlock the power of what AI can bring, it's going to be heavily dependent on data, knowledge of the firm, which is locked away.
Michael, you're the CIO at SW Accountants. Can you tell the viewers a bit about SW Accountants as an organisation?
Yeah, sure. We're essentially a mid-tier accounting advisory firm, working with a range of different clients from individuals through to family businesses, SMEs, and also services into large enterprises, covering various accounting and taxation services, corporate tax services, audit and compliance capabilities, as well as more strategic corporate finance services.
Okay. And you're a partnership in your structure.
We are, yeah, we're 40 odd partners at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm always interested in partnerships because there's a lot of different voices that you have to hear when you've got a partnership. Everyone has a stake in the game. I'm interested in how you prioritize when you're dealing with so many stakeholders like that.
Yeah, very much. So I think really it's around building relationships and understanding what those stakeholders, and some will have voices that are perhaps louder than others, what is really driving them, what what is it that is troubling them that digital can help with, and their clients, of course. But ultimately, it's also important to have set some goals that are aligned to the business strategy. So we do have, even though each partner sort of has their own sort of client-facing plan that they'll execute on with their team, we have a firm-wide strategy. Digital is a key pillar in that. And it's about getting that engagement. So one way that we've done that, particularly with a lot of our key digital initiatives, is we've established a digital innovation group, which involves some key digital partners from each of our divisions or functions within the business to participate and help drive that priority and ensuring alignment with whatever digital initiatives or opportunities that we're going to explore really align back to the needs of the business.
And I'm hearing there, you're talking about a business that is quite focused on how it's transforming with technology. They're not recalcitrant about the potential of technology. In many ways, they're probably wanting to push you and the business forward.
Yeah, very much so. And I think that's quite common of the industry. Traditionally, the accounting industry's probably been a little bit of a slow uptake to technology, but recent years, particularly with the advent of some of the generative AI capabilities that those kind of technologies bring, I think the industry is really looking at ramping up its adoption of technology and looking at how to improve the whole client experience through digital services.
Let me talk about AI, because you said you've come to this event here with Adapt, and there's a lot of AI themes into some of the sessions that you've been to. And I'm interested in AI because it's 2.5 years since ChatGPT burst on the scene with a great fanfare, and yet I'm finding a lot of people struggling going from proof of concepts into full production implementations of AI. Where are you on that path?
Look, we're on the journey. We've got a strategy and a framework that we've developed that we're operating in, and we're starting to dabble into some particular bespoke solutions around our business. But probably the early focus is around looking at how we can, enhance efficiency, productivity gains. So looking at some of the off-the-shelf platforms out there. We're very sort of heavily invested in the Microsoft technology stack, so Microsoft Copilot and what that can do on a sort of day-to-day basis to the general, digital workplace. But I think a key thing that we find, and many other, businesses will be in the same boat, is I think the power to unlock the power of what AI can bring, it's going to be heavily dependent on data, knowledge of the firm, which is locked away in data. And that's not an easy thing to do, to really drive the value out of data and have data, data in a place that can be really used and consumed.
I can't help feeling when you mention that data, and then you've told us about your clientele, there'd be some pretty sensitive financial information you would have on some of your clients. So how do you unleash that potential of data by also with the guardrails to make sure it's secure and privacy is honored and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it takes, a lot of focus around you want to move really quickly and really, I guess try and look at opportunities. We're really trying to be innovative in that sort of fail fast methodology, but at the same time, there's a lot of focus on cybersecurity, governance, and not just in general around our data, but now with the advent of AI and what we need to be focusing on around protecting our data and ensuring that not only protecting the data, but being wary of the outcomes that we might generate out of AI, biases, and so forth. So really important. I see, including us, a lot greater focus around data security, data protection. It's probably had a lot of focus for a little while overseas, particularly in Europe with GDPR, but I think the changes coming in the Australian privacy laws particularly impact the type of privacy information that we would hold on our clients are going to really put a lot of focus on this across the country.
Earlier on in our conversation, you spoke about you developed a strategy and framework for AI. Could you share a bit of insight into that?
It's really around the fundamentals. It was, and we did this together with our digital innovation group. So we ensured we had buy-in and participation from our business stakeholders, being our digital partner leads for each division. And it was really, how do we clearly define what are the goals that we're trying to achieve? What are the guardrails that we want to operate in? How do we want to look to align back to our business strategy and prioritize the opportunities and initiatives that are presented to us? So it was really around that, looking at some of the elements around how we want to enable and educate our people around the safe and effective use of AI. So really it's a set of, I guess, principles and guidance around how we want to approach the whole topic around AI. And then at the back end of that we've developed a roadmap of some of the initiatives that we want to look at over the next few years.
Okay, I'm hearing you sort of laying out the parameters in which you're operating so people get a perspective of where those boundaries are and what you want to do within that scope.
Yeah, and really how we're going to enable that for the business.
Okay. Michael, part of this challenge as a CIO, you've got to bring your team on the journey. And I imagine some of the skill sets that you're looking for are sort of data analysts, data scientists, AI specialists. These are going to be people in high demand. How do you uplift the team that you have, and how do you keep them engaged with the business?
Well, I think it's a challenging, I guess, issue because, as you said, they are in high demand, these skills, and they're also quite new to the market. So if we looked at across our team, do we have those skills readily available? No, we need to upskill people. So doing that through training programs, awareness, but in the interim, we still need to deliver to sort of the needs and demands of the business and our roadmap that we're setting. So we're doing that by partnering with some key strategic technology partners that can come and help be an extension of our team to help us deliver and execute on that while helping uplift our team. The other thing I'm doing is, because it's not just a matter of putting more more load and trying to train people up on more knowledge, that'll eventually break. So we're looking at opportunities where perhaps the business knowledge within our team is not essential for those particular services, particularly if we look at sort of core infrastructure support services and looking at opportunities where we can move that out to a managed service, free up some time and space and capacity of our team to then free up their time to be able to upskill and get involved in some of these projects and initiatives.
And Michael, where do you want to go? If I asked you in 2 years' time, what's the destination you'd like to be at?
I think we'd like to increase our, I guess, digital efficiency for our people, unlock greater productivity for what they do day to day through leveraging whether it's digital services, better access to some of our knowledge and data to help our clients, and be on the journey to start looking at how can we also transform the way we interact with our clients and services that we can offer to be more of a digitally led focus, maybe enabling more opportunity for sort of self-service for our clients. So if we can start dabbling in that space in the next couple of years, it'll really provide point of differentiation for us, I feel.
And I think I get if overall of our conversation, your focus about AI and digital technology has been streamlining the business. Where can you make the business do things more effectively, more efficiently? Where's pain that you can eliminate? It's having that mindset
Very much so.
to engage the business.
Exactly. And part of that, where some of the challenge lies, is in a very diverse business. There can be areas of opportunity where there's no standardization. So introducing a digital platform to help that will also help standardize and streamline, which has a number of other benefits, just in terms of compliance improvement, risk mitigation, etc.